In a small village surrounded by green fields and tall trees, there lived a poor man named Kenji. He had no family, no house, and no money. The only things he owned were the clothes on his back and a small wooden bowl. Every day he worked hard doing small jobs for food. One evening after a long day, Kenji finally got his payment, a warm bowl of rice with some fish. He sat under a big cherry blossom tree ready to eat. His stomach growled and his hands trembled with hunger. Just as he picked up his chopsticks, he heard a soft voice. "Excuse me, sir. I haven't eaten in 2 days. Can you share some food?" Kenji looked up and saw an old man, weak and shivering. His eyes were filled with sorrow, yet he smiled gently. Kenji's heart ached. He was hungry, but he knew what it felt like to have nothing. Without a second thought, he handed his meal to the old man. "Here, take it. You need it more than I do." The old man's eyes filled with tears. "Thank you, kind soul," he whispered. He ate slowly, savoring every bite. When he finished, he looked at Kenji and said, "You have given me everything when you had nothing. I have no gold to give, but I have a gift for you." Kenji was surprised. "A gift? But you have nothing." The old man smiled mysteriously. He took a small, smooth stone from his pocket and placed it in Kenji's hand. "This is a stone of kindness," he said. "Whenever you do a good deed, it will shine brighter, and one day it will lead you to something wonderful." Kenji nodded politely, though he didn't understand. The old man blessed him and walked away. That night, Kenji slept under the stars with an empty stomach, but a full heart. The next morning, he woke up and saw the stone glowing softly in his hand. Curious, he followed its light. It led him to the village market. There, he saw a rich merchant struggling with a broken cart. The heavy goods were about to fall. Kenji quickly ran to help. He lifted the bags and fixed the wheel. The merchant was grateful. "Thank you, young man. You saved my goods. Here, take this as a reward." He handed Kenji a bag of gold coins. Kenji gasped. He had never held so much money in his life. But something inside him told him to keep following the stone's light. The stone glowed again, leading him to an old woman trying to carry heavy water buckets. Kenji rushed to help her. The woman smiled and said, "You have a kind heart. Take this." She gave him a small key. Confused but grateful, Kenji thanked her. The stone shone even brighter now. It led him to a small abandoned house at the edge of the village. Kenji tried the key. It fit perfectly. The house was his now. Tears filled his eyes. He had gone from having nothing to having a home, all because of a single act of kindness. Days passed, and Kenji continued helping people. The stone kept glowing, leading him to more blessings. He used his gold to buy food for the hungry, fix broken homes, and take care of the sick. One day, as he sat in his new home, a familiar voice called out, "Excuse me, sir." Kenji turned and saw the old man he had given his meal to. But this time, the man looked different. His clothes were fine, and his face shone with wisdom. "I see the stone has led you well," the old man said with a smile. Kenji bowed deeply. "I don't understand. Who are you?" The old man chuckled. "I am a traveler who was once lost, just like you. Many years ago, someone showed me kindness, and I was blessed in return. I only passed on what was given to me." Kenji smiled. He now understood. Kindness is a circle. What you give always finds its way back. And from that day on, Kenji was no longer a poor man. He was rich, not just in gold, but in kindness, love, and the happiness he brought to others.